There's been progress related to gender equality on the continent. If you look from the political sphere, if you look at even the awareness among society about gender equality, we are very far from where we were maybe 15, 20, 30 years ago. We've made progress, but it's like starting from zero. Now we are maybe at 10. That's progress, but it's not sufficient. So we still need to do more. I lead a research institution, so looking from the research perspective, there are estimates that globally in science fields, there are only 30% of women.
The implications of this is that decisions are being made about women, impacting women, where women's voices are not represented, their needs are not represented, and their preferences are also not represented. So that means decisions are being made that negatively or impact women or completely ignore the role of women or the plight of women in different spaces.
CARTA supported me a lot to overcome my challenges. For example, I benefited from the leave of absence, where I was given time to rest and take care of my newborn. This was an important and needed time because I gave birth during the hard time of COVID-19, where not even a relative could come and support me that time. In addition, I received childminder care support from CARTA after my leave of absence.
For me, it was the CARTA Joint Advanced Seminars that gave me opportunity to catch up on my work, my proposal, my research work, and gave me that protected time away from home.
I was able to successfully attend the first 2 compulsory residential seminars with my infant when he was a month old and when he was 8 months old respectively. Also, as a fallout of the COVID-19 pandemic, I was lagging behind in publishing my research findings because I had to spend time with my children who were all attending online classes. The result was the submission of 3 manuscripts for publication within 5 months. In my institution, I think the time taken by women to have their babies should be taken into consideration during promotion exercises, as this usually counts against them.
So one of the things I'm most proud of leading the African Population and Health Research Center, I think, is our gender equality. And I've been here for about 17 years, and I've seen the evolution of the institution. Currently, we're at about 52% women and 48% men. But more importantly, we have gender equality at senior level. We have slightly more women than men at the mid-level, and we have more men than women at the junior level.
When I started working here back in 2019, I was a mother to a young boy who was 5 months old, and I was quite afraid because I had started a new job. I was not so sure if I would be able to spend time with my child. But when I came to APHRC, one of the things that I loved about them is, one, they had a nursing room where I could express milk for my baby and store and carry home. They also had flexible hours for mothers. So I worked for 7 hours and I was allowed to go home early so that I could spend more time with my child. If you have work that really needs you to travel from one country to another, the organization provides for you to travel with your child who's below 1 year old. And beyond that, they even get you a caretaker in the other country that you're going to. So it makes your life easy as a mother, and you're able to pursue your career just as your male colleagues. You're able to realize your potential without limitations.
We actually have almost 0 gender pay gap. And so that's something also that in a way contributes to the gender equality we see overall, but also we don't just want to see good numbers without looking at the quality of the equality. And therefore, we are also proud of a gender pay gap that is almost non-existent. When you think about fairness and integrity and respect, I think if you have a culture if you have an institution that upholds those values, it is hard to see how women wouldn't thrive. A few years back, we were challenged that if you're a social impact organization, you cannot aim for equality and equity outside, and you don't have equality and equity inside your own organization.
This is a call for us to come together because together we can create
Spaces,
an environment,
institutions
societies
that gives an equal playing ground
where everyone has an opportunity to thrive and contribute to the growth of that society,
to be able to thrive in what they're best at,
regardless of their gender.